in maybe if they score 3 goals, I doubt they can qualify. But they should still push hard. 45 minutes, they can still score about 2 or 3 goals. It makes the return like very difficult for them to travel and make sure they can get something from it. So maybe in the second half, try as much as possible 10 minutes of the game. You get your 2 goals and you try to put pressure on them in the last 20 minutes.
But what do you think overall has been the biggest win for Nsoatreman? They could have gotten an early goal when Kwabena Edu made a shot just weeks past the post. They thought they had taken the lead, and this effort as well was a feeble one and didn't trouble the goalkeeper. In the early exchange of the game, Nsoatreman were threatening the team, but then this was how Zakaria Bencha scored the first goal for Constantine after going past defenders as if they didn't exist.
I think the defenders should have cleared the ball even before the player was taking on him. So I think the most important thing, after losing that ball, you need to clear the ball to the touchline.
That was Isaka Mohammed.
Absolutely. You need to clear the ball. You don't allow him to take you on one-on-one situation. Clear the ball. They should clear the ball.
You think he should have even fouled Zakaria Bencha, knowing that he wasn't really closer to the 18-yard box?
Because they were looking for the first goal.
Okay.
They had more players around Constantine's area. So you look at the ball, they have to recover fast. That is why, because you don't have more men in the defense, first thing is to play the ball.
Nanedu, Yao Prepu would be extremely agitated with this kind of defending from Isaka Mohammed there. He wasn't firm with his tackle, and it made it easier for Bencha to go past him. Then around the 27th minute mark, they scored the second goal. This one was a beauty from Bencha when he had a lot of space and all he needed to do was shoot past a goalkeeper, Daniel Afaju. Daniel Afaju had little to do here.
I think with this one, the goalkeeper was not expecting the player to shoot from that angle.
Clearly, he wasn't expecting the shot to come in.
I think Afaju did a big mistake on that score, because a left-footed centre forward like this can score with the inside of his foot at any angle. So the most important thing is always for you to be alert. You need to expect a shot from all angles. So I was disappointed with the goalkeeper from that angle for not trying to take command over his post and make sure he can make something different from it. So I think on that score, I will blame the goalkeeper for this particular goal.
And since the second goal went in, Nsoatreman have not really created anything in this game. It is Constantine who held on to lead at the first 45 minutes by 2-0. That was a sweet effort there, rooting goalkeeper Daniel Afaju on the spot, and that ended the first half. Second half, coming, what do you think would happen? Definitely Nsoatreman will be chasing the game, trying to get back in there, but how do you think the Algerians would actually react? But we have to go back to the Accra Sports Stadium for the second 45 minutes. Constantine are leading Nsoatreman by 2-0.
Over Faju, but it was just a cheap goal for a centre back of Isaka's caliber. He should be doing better. He made it so easy, and Bencha making light work of both the defender and goalkeeper. We spoke about the fact that they were soaking the pressure. They switched from 4-3-3 to 4-4-2, and it was a solo effort from Bencha.
His composure, awesome. His ability to Deraji. Now here is Medai. DU does what to stop Medai. He can't get to Shaibu. And Medai has got space in front of him. The right back, he goes to the goal scorer who drives one, and it's a brilliant finish. Magnificent goal by Zakaria Bencha. What a finish. Glorious goal for Constantine to double their lead at the Accra Sports Stadium. That is awesome from Bencha. He's double on the day, and two is Nsoatreman.
2 world-class goals, and the very first time we see Medai move forward, he creates something. But just look at that. Enough space, no one closing in on him, and all he had to do was just strike that one with some venom, you know. I think it's a young Apostles, and he's looking to add some bite up front, and that's where they've been lacking. They've been limited to chances outside the box, and in the second half they'll be hoping that they can make some, incursions inside the box and at least, have the deficit or even, get something in this game.
And Nsoatreman have made a couple of substitutions. So Morrison Anoche has come in to replace Richard Aqua. Benjamin Chibanyo also comes in, and it's obvious that Michael Aka had been struggling in the game, so he's also gone off. And Kwabna Edumeda have equally also made way. So Yao Preko introduces Collins Kujo in his stead, and you're expecting something positive from these substitutions, Joe.
Yeah, they are going to commit more men forward. They are playing with about 4 attackers so far.
Here is Benjamin Chibanyo, the former Black Stars captain. He finds Ebenezer Setre. Setre surges forward. Here is Walid Husseini, the midfielder on some skill down the right. He does what to hang on. Good play from Neymar. Walid Husseini goes down. There's an appeal for penalty. Referee points to the corner flank.
Yeah.
No penalty.
Yeah, and you could see that the player did so well to make contact, with the ball, and that's Boache. And Walid was just dazzling right in front of him. Did so well to create space, go past him, but it was Boache, the left back, who did so well to make contact with the ball.
Corner for Nsoatreman. Collins Kujo to take it. Collins Kujo, he scored in that 2-0 win over Young Apostles the other day. He goes for the short corner. DU turns and twists, looking for support. DU, Kujo sends the cross in, and Bencha had gone all the way to defend, and he mistakenly kicks the ball out for a corner advantage in Nsoatreman.
And it seems that triple substitution from Yao Preko is making some early impact. They're trying to pin Constantine in their own box, trying to force some mistakes from them. They're trying to have the deficit as early as possible.
Collins Kujo has assumed the duties for set pieces. He steps up for the corner for the Ghanaian Cup champions. Ben Swan is a low one to the near post, nearly pulling one back through an Algerian leg,
and it made contact with Dave.
It was
the captain. It was Dave.
Again, clears away the danger. Walid Husseini wins the ball. It's a legitimate tackle. Abdul Rahman, under no pressure, fluffs an opportunity to have made an impact with Kujo lurking and calling up in that box of the Algerians.
And for the first time in this game, we've seen Nsoatreman commit about 4 players into the box, and they were expecting something, good from Rahman. That just wasn't what was expected of him. And you were wondering if he was trying to shoot that one or trying to send in a cross for someone to get something on.
Benjamin Chivano, Dip should get a yellow card. That's the confirmation of the substitutions earlier on. Yellow card to the captain of Constantine, Brahim Dip.
It's a deserving one, and the pace of Chivano coming on right before the start of the second half, and you can see how pacey and tricky he is. And that's the bite Yapreku wants up front, some sense of urgency when they're attacking, something they've missed all game, and it looks like the introduction of Collins Kujo and Chivano is giving them that already.
Here is Isaka. He struggled in the first half, but Yapreku keeps faith in him, probably because of his experience and the kind of leadership he provides at the back for these guys.
Yeah, and it's quite important that you know that he's been a leader at the back as well. He was jittery, when the game started, making some basic elementary mistakes, especially you would say he is to be blamed for that goal scored by Bencha in the first half, the first goal, but I think he's picked up the pieces and he's grown in confidence for some time now.
Morrison Anoche, he seemed to make contact with the back of the head of Bencha, and it's left the big striker down, reeling in pain. Referee is asking the medical team of the Algerian side to attend to the striker who has been their main man in today's game.
Yeah, that was a very, very aggressive collision. You could see that's the approach by Nsoatreman in the second half. You go very, very hard. They really gave room to Constantine in the first half. They allowed them, to make or take advantage of those 1v1 situations, and they have their tails up now in the second half.
It's already 5 minutes into second half action. 50 minutes in Nsoatreman, 0. CS Constantine, 2.
It's like a concussion injury.
Yeah, because I saw the contact that Morrison made. He had gone up in anticipation of that aerial ball, but he made significant contact at the back of the head of the brace hero.
That's so unfortunate, and I don't think he'll be able to continue in this game. Bencha,
he's already scored twice, and it'll be bad news for the Algerian side if he's unable to continue. He's got 3 goals in the Confederations Cup so far from 3 games.
Yeah, and for Constantine, the Algerian league starts in the next couple of weeks, 2 weeks or so, and they only want to risk him knowing that they have a healthy 2-0 lead away from home, and the next game will be on home turf. They might be forced to withdraw him for the remaining minutes.
And if they decide to withdraw him, they have equally good replacement on the bench. The Nigerian striker might just step in to continue for them. Tosin might just be the next option. But Bencha is a strong lad. I've seen him just getting up and warming himself up on the touchline to get back in the game. This is Morrison Anoche. Now Stephen Diu is a poor first touch. Clumsy from Kujo. Needless from Collins Kujo. No need to complain about this decision.
It was made by, we knew it was covered, Collins Kujo. And we've spoken about the physicality they've added to their game so far in the second half.
Bencha, can he get a hat trick? Amu reads the situation well, finds Walid Fuseni. Here is Chevagnon. Cut through ball looking for Diu. He's got the pace. Diu. How about that for a tackle? That's some clever defending from the Algerian centre back. You are thinking that it should be a throw because obviously you would see that the last touch came off Deraji and not Diu.
And that's why Diu is quite, livid over there. The fans are not happy as well.
Frustration beginning to set in for the home fans with the decisions of the referee not going their way. But this one, they need to exercise some calmness and be positive. More minutes to go. It's only 53 now for Nsoatreman to get back into the game with a 2-goal deficit.
Yeah, and for Constantine, it's all about game management, something they've done from the blast of the whistle. You know, changing formation, changing systems, just to suit the tempo of the game. They've done it so well, and that's what they'll be hoping to do, to at least go into the second leg with the same scoreline or even a better scoreline.
Again, unable to string the passes together and get things going in the manner in which they won in Nsoatreman.
The tussling going on between, Meba and then also Amo.
Chevagnon, so it looks like Chevagnon is playing at the right wing back. He looks for Rahman, that's DU's pass. Ebenezer Nsoatreman. Amu. Good ball to pick out Kujo. Kujo lays the ball to Idrisu. Here is Idrisu. He's blasted over the bar. That's terrible miss from the left back.
Yeah, but that's a positive move, if you should ask me. The first time we see them being successful, playing through the lines, very, very tight, but Kujo does well to hang on and play it onto the path, and just look at that. Should be putting that one on target. Shaibu is playing more advanced as a wing back now due to that tweaking system from Yao Preko for the second half.
Massive improvement from how they ended the game in the first half. With Nsoatreman, they've been the better of the two sides in the second half.
Yeah, that's what you expect from them, a positive, comeback after going 2 down in the first half. The manner in which they consider those 2 goals were cheap goals, but, now they think they have to make amends, knowing that there's still some time to go in this one and a further 90 minutes to be played in Algeria. It's all about how you match your opponent tactically, and that's something Constantine saw very early into the game, just going with a 4-4-2, making it very, very difficult for Nsoatreman.
Here is Abdul Rahman. He's been a pale shadow of himself in this afternoon's contest. Walid Husseini with a cross. It deflects off Benchiara. He's able to head the ball back, and it goes to Morrison Anoche. Anoche is a former Brecum Chelsea centre-back. He struggled for playing time and joining Nsoatreman, and he needs to find himself back into the team with the emergence of Ebenezer Nsoatreman in central defense. Here is Nsoatreman. Now, DU. Ball is cleared away again by Merba. Here's Isaka. Zakaria comes in with a clearance, not on the same page with the centre back, but here is Idrisu, a chance to send a decent cross. Kujo wants to take the initiative. Kujo. Merba sends the ball away.
They're doing well. They're playing with intent now. They're going more direct. They're using the wide areas. It's working. They're knocking on the doors.
Nsoatreman are beginning to pile the pressure and, demonstrating they truly want something from this game. Final touch coming off Bauchi.
They're trying everything now.
Walid Husseini to take the corner for Nsoatreman. He bends one to the far post. Morrison Anoche has the ball, but it goes straight to goalkeeper Zakaria. There's some sense of purposeness in how they are approaching the second half in Nsoatreman. Chevagnon with a long ball looking for Kujo. Benchara to Medai. It was one of those overlapping runs from Medai that resulted in one of those goals, but Walid Husseini was trying to put one through for Nsoatreman. I've consistently spoken about the level of inaccuracy in their passing since the game began, and that has been the bane of the team since this game started.
Yeah, they've not really found the rhythm, entering into the offensive third. It's been terrible from Nsoatreman, something we've not really seen from them in recent times. We've seen them, play so well when they played against Sport. It was seamless the way they transitioned the ball, whenever they were attacking. And today you can see that it's just due to the setup from Constantine. It made it so difficult for the FA Cup champions to penetrate.
Overindulgence on the part of Benchara. Kusi's a throw-in.
Say DU has really struggled this afternoon, playing from the left-hand side of attack, moving to the right-hand side, and it's still been the same pattern for him. It's
free kick, 60 minutes at the Accra Sports Stadium. Nsoatreman 0. Constantine 2. Benchara with a long ball looking for Medai, the right back. Collins Kujo does want to track back and eventually is fouled by Medai, wins the free kick.
That's what he's been about already, since coming on. Playing as a two-way player, helping defensively and also, whenever they're playing or whenever they're attacking it. You can see him playing together with DU as inside forwards with Rahman leading the attack. And it's just a two-man midfield of Amo and then Walid Neymar with Chivanyo, playing as a wing back now.
Here's Shaibu Idrisu to Walid Husseini. Their midfield that used to be the strength have not been able to flourish to expectations, but Chivanyo sends a cross in. And goalkeeper Zakaria does what to prevent the corner, is it? Nsoatreman trying as much as they can to ask questions of the Constantine defense, but it looks to be a well-grounded defense.
And that's what he expects from his fullbacks, sending crosses. You go a bit more direct, and that's why they have so much space to operate. Now Chivanyo playing from the right-hand side and Chaibu operating from the left-hand side. But you give credit to the Constantine setup. It's been impervious to, the attacks from Nsoatreman.
Substitution for Constantine. They have withdrawn Daddy, the former JS Kabile player, and they've introduced Ben Mesabi into the game. Ben Mesabi in 21 jersey. Moaki Daddy played for JS Kabile last season in the Algerian League. He caught the attention of Constantine the moment they booked their ticket for the Confederations Cup and they made the purchase, and he's been impactful so far.
And there's a team that always finds themselves playing in this competition or the CAF Champions League. They know what it takes to play in this competition, and they are always looking to boost up and augment the squad ahead of every campaign. And that's the quality they've shown so far. Quality play from every department.
Isaka. Cheers, Rahman. Tenswell. Chivanyo. good idea, but he lacked the precision to bury the ball at the back of the net.
And that's not beating Boafire at all. And it's been the setup from Constantine. We limit them to shots outside the box, and they've done that so well since the first half.
Setcher is first to the ball. Here's Amu. Good ball to Chivanyo. DU makes the move. Chivanyo wants to go through the middle. Boafire, Zakaria sends the ball away. It's a throw-in. The pressure is on Constantine, and Nsoatreman will do themselves a lot of good if they take advantage.
Yeah, there's the time for them, to cut open this Constantine defense. They've been so compact at the back. It looks like it's a wall at the back with that, 2 layers or 4 players. Just keeping Nsoatreman at bay.
Again, Isaka's passing game has not been on and is not working in the second half. You spoke about the fact that he's beginning to pick up himself after letting Bencha go past him for that goal. But one thing that is not clear is how he's able to put the passes together. Here is Neymar to Isaka. Walid Fusaini back to Isaka. Now Idrisu. Walid Fusaini sensing a cross. Headed away by the right back, Medai. Here is Setre. Now Chibanyo. Walid Fusaini back to Morrison Anoche. The central defender switches to his partner. Here is Isaka. Onto the path of Walid Fusaini. Now Idrisu. Isaka. Back to Idrisu. It's a poor pass in the end, and Constantine tries to take the advantage, but they're unable to break away from the back well. Here is Walid Fusaini. Now Stephen DU in a good space. DU cuts the ball back. Well defended by Constantine. That was good drama. Now Setcher, can he drive? Setcher shoots, and it's a wayward delivery from Ebenezer Setcher.
Another shot from distance, another disappointing result from Nsoatreman, and that has been the tale of the game so far, and it's always been good job done defensively by Constantine. Setcher pressing that space and winning the ball, and it was just one thing on his mind. He was going to fire from distance, but then again, not on target and wouldn't trouble Boafire at all.
Goal kick to be taken by goalkeeper Boafire. Zakaria Boafire is yet to concede in today's game. He's already conceded once in this competition, and that was away in Kigali against Police FC. Chivanyo brought down an opponent, but referee thought it was a clean tackle. Here is Setcher. Anoche to Idrisu. Now Collins Kujo. Good play from Kujo. Goes down. He wins the free kick. He's brought some vibe and energy into the attack of Nsoatreman, Collins Kujo.
He's a very skillful player, and that's why they brought him here. Those 1v1 situations, try and create some, fouls and all that, and that's what he's doing. But it's also up to them to make good use of these set pieces. We've not really seen them, been impressive from these positions with regards to free kicks.
Collins Kujo to take the free kick for Nsoatreman. Deliveries in. Boafire grabs it. I tell you what, he's going to claim it's been impeded, and he goes down. for something that is not really clear, and Anoche can't even believe. That's the in-swinger from Cujo.
Exactly, and you had men attacking it, but just look at that. And it was Anoche who made contact with Buafaya, and he claims that that was, a very aggressive one. Maybe he's feeling the impact from that slight touch over there, but you wouldn't blame Buafaya. His side is 2-0 up. And he spoke about the fact that he conceded an away goal in the first round, and he'll be very, very proud of his performance if he should walk away from this game without conceding a goal. And he would also credit his defense for, creating or building a wall right in front of him, limiting Nsoatreman to long shots and nothing from close range.
Bencha, this time Anoche, that's what to take possession. But the referee has flashed his yellow card to Velocini. They're number 7 for Constantine.
It was bit needless and silly from Velocini.
Silly from Velocini on Anoche.
Yeah, right after Anoche kicks that ball, you could see him extending his stance, which caught the shade of Anoche Morrison. And
Confirmation of the yellow card for Abdenu Velocini, but he's been brilliant for
he's
them.
been a decent player, on the ball, very, very skillful and pacey. Those mazy touch and runs from him in the first half, but that sometimes players do crazy things, and that was just unsportsmanlike.
In the CAF Champions League, Enugu Rangers are beating Sagrada Esperanca by 1-0, and that game has ended. Cujo onto the part of Roman, but it goes to Bullfire.
Again, we've not seen those decisive balls from Nsoatreman, and we saw how they played in their first game, here against Lex Sports. Those short passes into tight areas, the 1-2s and all that. And I then again go saying that it's just due to the good setup from Constantine. They've made it so difficult for Nsoatreman. We've not seen that free-flowing football from Maida, DU, and co. It's been so difficult for them this afternoon.
And Maida struggled. Per his own standards, the reason it's been taken off Michael Akabalak, a showboy on any day, failed to show up at the party today.
You'll be thinking those were the two boys who did the damage against Lex Sports, and I believe that Constantine did a good job, on Nsoatreman.
71 minutes. Nsoatreman 0, Constantine 2. Here's Walid Husseini sends in a cross. Shaibu goes in with a header. DU has it down. Here is Idrisu trying to set up Roman. And how did they mess this up in Nsoatreman? Here is Setre. Walid Husseini. Chivanyo. Goal kick.
Sums up the afternoon in Nsoatreman. It's so frustrating, not just from on the part of the players, but even the fans. They just can't believe what's happening. A side that put 5 on aggregate past Lex Sports in the last round, and now they're struggling to even, break the duck here. It's been so frustrating this afternoon for them.
And it's going to be further frustrating for them if they hear this news. But this is the big chance. He should have gone for glory himself.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Nsoatreman is the only home side who have conceded in today's Confederations Cup games across Africa. Enyimba is drawing away against Etoile Filante of Burkina Faso, is goalless. Racing D'Abidjan is drawing against Jaraf of Senegal, goalless. Stellenbosch of South Africa will play against Vita Club later on at 5 p.m. But here in Accra, it's Nsoatreman 0, Constantine 2. Substitution for Constantine. They are introducing Munda Temin for Velocini, who's had a very decent game. So Munda Temin is in for Abdenu Velocini.
Game management, bring in fresh legs, stick to the game plan, soak the pressure, and then just hit them on the fast break, the counter attacks. And earlier on, we saw Ben Mesabi make way for Daddy on the left-hand side of attack, and now is the right-hand side of attack where they are introducing some fresh limbs. That's the incident is Rahman and was Shek pulling over there, Benchaira, and then Abdul Rahman. He's been an unsung hero in the side, Benchaira, from deep play as a deep line playmaker. You barely find him, on the ball, but off the ball, his movement on pressing has really helped the side this afternoon. Quite unassuming figure, but he's been a pivotal part in their success so far.
Walid Hussaini for Nsoatreman. We've done 74 minutes. Hussaini loses possession. Here is Captain Brian Dip. Setra steps up. In the middle of the park, Setra surges forward. Now he wants support. Abdul Rahman provides the support. He goes with a long drive and he goes out for a goal kick.
And they'll be smiling, Constantine. They'll be smiling.
Second cooling break of the game. 75 minutes. Nsoatreman 0. Constantine 2. Yao Preko has a lot of thinking to do and a lot of work to be done in the next 15 minutes to salvage anything meaningful from this game.
Yeah, you could tell that the 15 minutes during the halftime break wasn't enough, to get the instructions to these guys, and you still need this few minutes, for the water break to still instruct the players to get something done over here. And they'll be looking at least halving the deficit heading into the second leg in Algeria in the next couple of days. But for the Constantine, it's just a yeoman's job tactically, limiting them. The last shot we saw from Nsoatreman came from Rahman, again from over 25 yards out. It tells you that they are doing a good job defensively. They are not allowing Nsoatreman to carve open their defense.
So other games coming up in the Confederations Cup on the African continent. Stellenbosch of South Africa is up against AS Vita Club. That game starts at 5 p.m. Later tomorrow, Police FC of Kenya will play against Zamalek, the defending champions. Black Bulls of Mozambique will play against Otoyo Doyo of Congo. CD Lunda of Angola play against Shekukune of South Africa. Daji of Benin play against Berkane of Morocco. Pennisville of Liberia play against Stade Malien of Mali. Stade Tunisien against USM Algiers of Algeria. Orapa United of Botswana will be up against Dynamos of Zimbabwe. Bravos Domakis of Angola will play against Saint Etoile du Lopopo of the DRC. And then Rokinzo of Burundi will play against CX Facien of Tunisia. Asco Dikara of Togo play Asec Mimosa of Cote d'Ivoire. And Ali Benghazi will play against Al Masry of Egypt. Ali Tripoli will play Simba of Tanzania. Very interesting fixtures in the Confederations Cup.
It is the business end and, final hurdle as well. You would approach that game with all seriousness.
Idrisu, that's some lovely dummy from the former Adriana Stars left back. Here is Shaibu Idrisu. He goes down, free kick for Nsoatreman. Amu gives the ball away to the right back, Medai. Ball now falls to Benchaira. Chiara sends the ball to nobody. It's obvious what the Algerians intend to do. Manage the game, keep more men at the back, try to go on the break and take the Ghanaians by surprise. Now DU on the other end. The Ghana number 10. Chevanyo was late. Tamin gets it away. Only as far as Isaka. Isaka sends the ball in. Brian Dip loses out to Isaka. Now here is Benjamin Chevanyo. Too direct. Ball intercepted by the Algerian midfielder, Merba. Chevanyo. Lovely footwork from Chevanyo. Good play. Can they get one back? unable to just hit the back of the net after all of these promising moves in Nsoatreman.
That's quite adventurous from Chivanyo, the young lad. Did so well to go past two players. Again, a point to the dangerous area. No one to get at the end of it.
Here is Isaka. He might try to shoot. He shoots, it takes a deflection. And Walid Husseini has missed from the 16-yard. Close to goal scoring. How did he miss?
Tell you what, this is the closest they've come all day to scoring with Nsoatreman. That was a good hit. And Walid was onside. All he had to do was just loft that one past Bulafaya, who was still on the turf after making the initial save. Just not their day.
Substitution for Nsoatreman. Richmond Opoku goes in to replace Idrisu Shaibu. Here comes Benchar. Brings it to Brahim Dip. To Benchar. Dip. Those guys are difficult to handle. They play with so much brains, and Nsoatreman will always struggle. Here is the right back, Medai, but Setre. I think he's been the brightest spot in the Nsoatreman defense, Ebenezer Setre.
Yeah. Individually, he hasn't put a foot wrong.
Now Chivanyo. Over elaboration on the part of the young chap, immaturity, inexperience, setting in big time, and so many options up front.
If you can see the touchline from where I said, you can see Yao Preko, you know, just screaming, asking for more from his players. He just feels, you know, nothing has really worked for them today. And, you know, you wouldn't blame the overly industrious Chivanyo. We saw him try that some few moments ago. He made entry into the box, but the final ball just couldn't find a teammate. And there again, he overran that ball past the line.
Benchar goes down again at the blind side of the referee. Here is Amu. He goes down, free kick for Nsoatreman. And there they complain. I've seen the central defender go on to complain to the referee about the earlier incident.
That's Merba.
Merba.
The midfielder.
He's joined the central defense. For a moment, I thought he was a centre back.
He's the midfielder, but that's the game manager we were talking about from Constantine. And they've been doing this throughout the game, you know, changing system, changing formation, just to suit the tempo of the game. And they've done it brilliantly and seamlessly. But that was some good work, you know, from Amo to win the free kick in a very, very promising position. And we've not really seen them impress, you know, with their set pieces. And hopefully they could get something on this one.
Free kick for Nsoatreman with 9 more minutes to go. The trail, the Algerians by 2-0. Kujo wasted. He scored a beautiful goal from the set piece the other day when they beat Young Apostles in their first game in the Ghanaian Premier League, but he gets it totally wrong this time, Collins Kujo.
Yeah, but these are the kind of situations you take advantage of to salvage something from tight games like this. It's been very, very, you know, frustrating for them up front, but you wouldn't say they've been also impressive from set piece situations, corner kicks, free kicks from 30, 35 yards out. They've just not really had it all afternoon.
Free kick for Constantine.
That was a hard tackle on the Mesabi, the substitute from Setre.
The face of a frustrated, dejected, and a confused man.
Yeah, he looks displeased as well. Not just what he wanted to see today, you know, and Yapreko, there's a man of high standards, requires his team to play to a certain path. And yeah, started the game brilliantly, but, you know, lapse in concentration really caused them.
Morrison Anoche. Richmond Opoku falls. Assistant referee was right there and spotted that infringement against the former Asante Kotoko midfielder. He was deployed as a midfielder, like as a box-to-box during his days at Kotoko, but He says he's excited to be playing on the wings for Nsoatreman, Richmond Opoku. Switches brilliantly to the right to Chevanyo. Good control from Chevanyo. He wins the throw-in, but he needs to be doing the things in a simple way, Chevanyo. Merba. Bencha has brought down Amu, and it's a good decision. He is displeased with the referee's call, but referee insists that's the right call.
Such a funny character, Bencha. Oh, for a player who's on the hat trick, doing some defensive jobs.
Collins Kujo to take the free kick into the wall. Benchara. Now Neymar, a flick on by Rahman, straight to the Algerian shot-stopper with a fire.
Yeah, it's the spaces they are keeping tight now between themselves in central defense. And we've even seen them help, more centrally. And that's how tight it's been for them, not allowing them, any space at all.
"85 minutes at the Accra Sports Stadium. Nsoatreman 0, CS Constantine of Algeria 2. Here is Amu. Collins Kujo unable to get the ball, but Amu goes down from the tackle of Brahim Dip. Quickly taken here is Walid Husseini. Now Stephen Diu's cross aiming at Rahman. The pressure is not enough in that 18-yard box of the Algerians. Somehow, they're able to keep their back line very tight. I'm not sure want to allow anything to go past him. Sechere. Anoche. Isaka. Diu. He's lost it to Benchar. Now here is Brahim Dip. Tries to play the first time ball to Tamim, but that's good defending from Isaka. Now Walid Husseini. Stephen Diu. 86 minutes and still looking for at least a breather. Here's Chevanyo. Turns around well. The option is the left side. Clever play. Now Richmond Opoku. Lovely footwork from Opoku, but that's clever defending from the right back, Medai. Not only good at overlapping, but in the defensive duties, he gets it perfectly right with his sliding challenge.
When the game started, you saw them creating overloads at the left-hand side, and you were thinking that, he was going to be found wanted. He came out on top every single time.
Chevanyo to take the corner. He bends one in. Headed away by Deraji. Now Kujo goes down. Free kick. He's won most of the free kicks for Nsoatreman since coming on.
And that's his biggest asset as a player. He's very, very skillful, knows how to draw fouls from opponents, and that's what he's done so well. But Nsoatreman haven't really made good use of those set pieces. He's won for them.
Stephen Diu. They've tried to play the ball up for Rahman to be challenging those aerial balls, but it's obvious that those central defenders, Deraji and his partner, won't allow those balls to go past them.
Not at all. And I just think it's the wrong way to find.
Budrama has got the big height.
Exactly. And
Deraji has got the big height.
Also does the sweeping, occasionally. And, we saw how Rahman operated in that game against Lake Sport. Most of the balls were central and low for him. Just believe it's just, totally wrong for them to go with the aerial balls to find Rahman.
And you don't need to be told tactical substitutions to buy time. With 2 more minutes to go, Constantine want to bring in two new faces and two fresh legs. And the two-goal hero, Bencha, is making way. So a recap of the goals he scored. This was the one he went past Isaka with cheeky ease, cheap goal to concede. And look at the second goal. This one was with pure quality, an amazing finish.
He's a quality player, and he's really showed what he can do on any day. Scoring in both rounds for Constantine is such a huge feat, and already has 3 goals to his name in the competition.
So, El Tahar plus another substitution. Shanine Belouel is also in. They want to defend their ranks. It's a defensive substitution, but they could go on a positive counter attack. Now here's the goal. Ella Tahar with a ball in, and goalkeeper Afaju didn't deal with it well. And not just clearance, also not good enough. 1 more minute to go. And interestingly, the pressure has turned on Nsoatreman.
And it looks like damage control, but the substitute Tahar with a direct ball, more central, trying to find his teammate, and Afaju only parry that into harm's way.
Tahar joined Constantine from MC Alger at the start of the new season. He's yet to cement a place in the starting lineup, but his inclusion in the 2 games they've played before this one has always proved crucial. Now Cujo, the first time ball, can't go past the newly introduced defender, Shaheen Belouel. Now Isaka, Walid Fuseni back to Isaka. We've done 90 minutes with 4 additional minutes to play for. Stephen Diyu with a shot across. A chance for Nsoatreman, and Abdul Rahman has blasted wide.
Yeah, you would pardon him for that one. Fell on his weaker foot. He was trying to improvise at that point, leaning back a bit as well, but wasn't expecting that ball. But just look at that. And again, you could see, someone trying to close in on him, and that was Deraji, the centre back for Constantine.
Diyu, Cujo, good play from Cujo. He makes the movement. Cujo, now Rahman controls well. He's lost it. Walid Fuseni, foul for Constantine.
And it's becoming even more frustrating for Nsoatreman. And in areas where you'll be thinking they'll be making inroads and progress, those are the areas they are giving away cheap fouls, and that should have been, something good for them. That should have been an attacking, ball, and they lose it cheaply. Nsoatreman, I believe, there are positives from the game, but then also the coach will have a lot to say at the presser.
Richmond Opoku, strangely, has kicked the ball out under pressure for a corner to Constantine. At a point you're expecting them to be doing the attacking, they are rather defending.
And that's how solid and, downturn of a test it's been for them from Constantine. It's been overwhelming for them today.
Ila Tahar to take the corner. Ila Tahar, assistant referee is asking Richmond Opoku to move away from the corner flank. Tahar takes it. Cujo had to be there at the right time. Flick the ball away for a corner to Constantine.
Yeah, it's good to see Amu back. I thought earlier on that was a collision with his teammate, but he looks okay now. And Constantine will enjoy the last few minutes, in an attacking position, and that's not what you expect from them.
Eta ball in, headed by Opoku. Opoku goes down. Referee says play on. Amu with a ball looking for Rahman. Rahman wins possession. Can he pull one back? It is Rahman. Now Kujo. And he's shot over the bar. Unbelievable. What has happened to Nsoatreman today?
And the reaction from the fans tells it all. Nsoatreman. At this point, I was thinking Rahman will be taking his chances from close range, but over elaboration on his part and Collins Kujo having that ball fall to him with no pressure at all, no one pressing him, and he flashed that one. But just look at Rahman. He should be shooting on his own, and again, disappointing from his teammate up front, Collins Kujo. Just not what he expected today.
That's the final whistle. A bad day at the office for the Ghanaian Cup champions. Referee Masanguni Mwamba from the DRC brings proceedings to an end at the Accra Sports Stadium. First defeat for Nsoatreman in the Confederations Cup. Experienced Algerian outfit. Constantine have defeated Nsoatreman at the Accra Sports Stadium. 2 first-half goals from the striker, Bencha, condemns Nsoatreman to a home defeat that basically makes the return leg a very daunting task in the next couple of days. It's over at the Accra Sports Stadium. Full-time Cup Confederations Cup. The game before the group stages. Nsoatreman 0. Constantine 2.